So, guys, yesterday's discussion was about how monopoly has some disadvantages. Monopoly is allocatively inefficient, productively inefficient, and we also saw how monopoly can also be X inefficient. The allocative inefficiency part comes from the idea that when you look at monopoly, monopoly produces where price is greater than MC. When allocative efficiency means P equals to MC. Remember? So price is greater than MC becomes allocatively inefficient. Productively inefficient happens because you don't produce at the lowest point of the average cost curve. From a firm's perspective, guys, firm must produce at the lowest point of the ATC if we believe it to be productively efficient. All points on the ATC curve are efficient, are productively efficient, but the one which is the lowest point of the ATC, perfect competition achieves you that point. And that is not achieved here because there is a possibility the firm will produce where MC equals to MR, so they don't produce at the lowest point of the ATC. एक और बात important थी कि जब we looked at it yesterday that also the possibility is when you look at a firm which is a monopoly, it could also be complacent because of lack of competition. The lack of competition makes it complacent, and there is a possibility that the cost could be much higher than otherwise. So one of the problems that are going to also happen under monopoly is the idea that monopoly could be X inefficient, which is inefficient due to lack of competition. Does that make sense? एक और बात जो क्विकली थी हमने डिस्कस की थी कि मोनोपोली में एक और चीज़ जो होती है वो ये होती है कि डेड वेट लॉसेस हो रहे होते हैं बिकॉज परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में अगर आप देखें परफेक्ट कंपटीशन प्रोड्यूसर्स वेयर पी इक्वल्स टू एम सी राइट ये वाला पॉइंट हमने कल डिस्कस किया था पी इक्वल्स टू एम सी में करता है तो परफेक्ट कंपटीशन यहाँ प्रोड्यूस करता है राइट लेट मी जस्ट जूम इट अ लिटिल बिट सो इफ परफेक्ट कंपटीशन इज प्रोड्यूसिंग हेयर सो परफेक्ट कंपटीशन का कंज्यूमर सरप्लस होता है 1 + 2 + 3 राइट और प्रोड्यूसर सरप्लस होता है 4 + 5 राइट एंड मोनोपोली का क्या होता है कंज्यूमर सरप्लस इज ओनली एरिया 1 producer surplus is area 2 + 5 so ये वाला area 2 + 5 is producer surplus and that's why the deadweight loss is 3 + 4 so there is also allocative inefficiency because this quantity is not produced and the price that is being charged is higher as well so not only monopoly produces at a much higher price but also produces at a lower quantity. Makes sense, guys? Are we good? Does that make sense? Any questions from yesterday's discussion before we move on? Okay, guys, so let's move on to now talk about what are the advantages of perfect competition. I'm sorry, what are the advantages of monopoly? So I want to talk about the biggest advantage of monopoly that we look at from a perspective of a firm is this that the monopoly is achieving a lot more economies of scale than any firm under perfect competition. और हमने कल discussion की थी हमने कहा था कि if there is let me write this guys let's write advantages of monopoly and let's look at economies of scale. Okay, when you look at economies of scale just 1 minute guys. So when you look at economies of scale, guys, economies of scale is basically the idea that if you are a monopoly which is doing economies of scale, you are looking at a situation that if this is a monopoly's demand curve, right? And if you look at monopoly's cost, perfect competition cannot have the same cost as monopoly because monopoly is enjoying significant economies of scale. If monopoly is enjoying significant economies of scale, then your average cost would be probably your marginal cost is probably here for monopoly, right? If marginal cost is here for monopoly, right, and this is your MR, then one would argue this, that your MC equals to MR is happening probably here. Let's call it QM, and let's call the price to be PM. But अगर perfect competition को वो economies of scale नहीं मिल रही, तो perfect competition has an average, a marginal cost like here, right? So this is marginal cost for perfect competition. Now, what is happening here, guys? That monopoly, because it enjoys economies of scale, you can see this, that even though perfect competition will produce where demand and supply is equal, let's say at point X where demand and supply, remember perfect competition with marginal cost is also your supply. Do you guys remember this? So in this case, they will produce at PC and the price will be Q, will contribute to QC. But because monopoly is significantly enjoying economies of scale, you may argue this, that in this case, your monopoly charges a lower price and produces a higher quantity. Do you guys get that? Does that make sense? So when you look at a monopoly, monopoly की और perfect competition की cost same नहीं हो सकती. Monopoly को significant economies of scale मिलती है. And that is basically a reason why one could argue this, the monopoly is can produce more quantity. Make sense, guys? The marginal cost is lower than perfect competition. Makes sense? There's a much lower marginal cost than here. Do we get it? And why is there lower marginal cost? Because economies of scale. Economies of scale means significant lower cost. So your cost of production is much lower. Marginal cost, not only marginal cost will be lower, your average cost will also be lower because you are significant. यहाँ पे हम average cost बना क्यों नहीं रहे हैं? Because there will be too many curves otherwise. I should have drawn my average cost curve like this as well, but I'm not drawing that. But the idea goes this: the monopoly has much lower marginal cost because of significant economies of scale, and therefore because of this their price is lower and quantities is higher than perfect competition. Think about perfect competition as like very small producers. How can they manage the kind of resources, the kind of cost structure that a large single monopoly will have? Make sense? Are we good, Munib? Munib, do I answer your question now? Okay, I want to read this as well. Let's read the text that we have written here. I think वो भी बड़ा important है कि monopoly may be able to achieve significant economies of scale due to larger plants, centralized administration, avoidance of unnecessary duplication. If the result in MC curve substantially below that of the same industry and the perfect competition, the monopoly will produce a higher output. They will produce a higher output at a lower price. So not only the output will be higher, the price will be lower. And I draw this diagram that monopoly produces where MC equals to MR, right? And monopoly is charging P2 price and the quantity is Q2. Perfect competition produces where demand and supply is equal. But industry supply is also perfect competition's marginal cost. So you can see this, guys, that monopoly can actually be uh, producing a higher quantity and can actually be not allocatively inefficient as we blamed it, because what monopoly can do is monopoly can achieve economies of scale. Make sense? So that's the first point that we raised in favor of monopoly. Uh, the second point that we raised, before I move on to the second point, is there any question about the first point? Are we good to move on? So the second point that we want to make about a monopoly is the idea that monopoly also has a possibility of a lower cost structure due to more research and development and more investment. The fact that monopoly has what we call sometimes deeper pockets, right? So they have more resources. Make sense? And these more resources, this deeper pocket is actually going to help monopoly a lot more, because the monopoly has basically uh, sort of money to invest in more efficient methods and all that. And the fact that they are doing this because they want to make supernormal profit, but that supernormal profit is also going to make sure that they have the lowest costs. Yesterday somebody was asking me a very good question. They were saying, sir, shouldn't monopoly be maximizing profits and lowering costs? And the answer is monopoly does do that. Monopoly would basically, with all its money and the research and development machinery available, the fact that they can invest more, they can also have a lower cost. Let me write this. They can also have a lower cost of operations and also more, or rather, much improved technology, etc. Make sense? Are we good? Any questions, guys? Are we good? Any questions, guys? Yes. Single firm. This is, we're talking about single firm. Which one are you talking about, Umar? I don't get it. Single firm, matlab, you were talking about whether the firm is, the monopoly is a single firm. Yes. So second advantage, we're saying the monopoly also has more money and more ability than a small firm with limited funds, and that's why they are able to have a lower cost. Make sense, Umar? Does that make sense? Okay. The third big advantage is also monopoly has money to innovate and produce new products. Perfect competition के सबसे बड़ा मसला ये था, perfect competition doesn't give you variety. Perfect competition doesn't give you variety, and also perfect competition doesn't give you new products because they don't have the money and ability to do so. But when it comes to monopoly has the ability, because monopoly has the supernormal profits to begin with, and monopoly also has basically new technology, and monopoly keeps on inventing, uh, and that's why one of the biggest advantage we argue when it comes to monopoly is that monopoly could be what we call dynamically dynamically efficient. And here I want to talk about एक argument था by this economist called Joseph Schumpeter. He said this, that there is something called the theory of, he came up with this theory of creative destruction. Okay, the theory of creative destruction is an idea that he presented. He said this, that if you want to break a monopoly, if you want to break a monopoly, the only way you can do that is through research and development and innovation. So, for example, Nokia was a monopoly in the phone market, but Nokia was broken. The monopoly of Nokia was broken by Apple and by Samsung by innovating in the smartphone market. So if you want to break a monopoly, you need to do R&D and innovation. And if you want to stay as a monopoly, stay as a monopoly, you also need to do the same. You need to keep on doing R&D and innovation, which means that monopoly, in order to stay as a monopoly, needs to keep on innovating and so on. So the idea is this, that when you are looking at creative destruction, it argues that monopolists undertakes R&D to enforce barriers to entry, so that as long as you keep on bringing new products, bringing new things, you will never be able to be irrelevant in the market. You will stay relevant in the market as long as you are continuously doing R&D. Does that make sense, guys? So monopolies can be dynamically efficient primarily because they are innovating continuously. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? So when you look at it, the advantages of monopoly, the advantages of monopoly are two pronged. Number one, a monopoly continuously innovate, continuously do R&D, and secondly, a monopoly also is in order to stay as a monopoly needs to innovate. So quickly, three advantages of monopoly. Number one, economies of scale, right? Number two, lower cost due to more funds and R&D. And number three, better products and new products that is not possible under perfect competition. Are we good, guys? Does that make sense? Any questions? Any questions before we move on? Okay, I want to now take this time to look at quickly um, some questions so that we have a fair understanding of how things get tested. Just to have a fair understanding. Um, just a minute, guys. Just quickly. You have this worksheet, by the way. ये हमारी जो वर्कबुक है आपको मिली है ये वर्कबुक has this been given to you? No? Okay, I'll ask Raza to email it to you guys. Okay, let's look at this one. What is the feature of a national monopoly? Guys, what is the feature of a national monopoly? Anyone? Remember, we did natural monopoly. No, not A. Natural monopoly was the one which is experiencing, we said, experiencing economies of scale. Exactly, Ali Abbas. Throughout, ये तो हमने definition लिखवाई थी, throughout the length of the demand curve. Remember? You guys remember this? So B is the answer because monopoly, natural monopoly का average cost curve इस तरह गिर रहा होता है. Make sense? Are we good? Is that fine, guys? Is B okay? Okay, let's look at one more question. I'm trying to find the ones that uh, a monopoly makes only normal profit. Okay, this you might find it difficult. Okay, Let's look at this one. We can solve this one. The diagram shows a profit maximizing monopolist. If you're a profit maximizing monopolist, you must be charging MC equals to MR. Isn't that true? MC equals to MR is happening here. You must be charging price R. You all agree with me? Does that make sense? You must be charging price R because MC equals to MR is happening at price R. What would be the change in price if the monopolist charged from profit maximization to sales to revenue maximization? What is the condition for where is revenue maximized, guys? Revenue maximization कहाँ होती है? Do you guys remember revenue maximization की condition क्या होती है? We did this in our chapter of total revenue. Where is revenue maximized? Anyone? Anyone? R or no? Where is revenue maximized? Aniba, revenue maximized होता है जहाँ MR is equal to 0 होता है. Guys, remember this कि हमने यहाँ पे अगर मैं नीचे डायग्राम बना दूँ तो यहाँ पे मैं when MR is positive, total revenue goes up. When MR is negative, total revenue goes down. Remember, ये halfway point पर यहाँ पे हमने कहा था यहाँ पे elastic होता था curve, यहाँ पे inelastic होता था curve. Guys, do you remember this? So from R you move to S, where MR is 0 is happening here. Yeah, do you guys remember this from AS economics? Also, we said this that total revenues when MR is basically हमने ये पिछले chapter में भी किया था, guys. We did this in the last chapter as well. We did this where we said this that MR is 0, revenue is maximized. So answer here will be from R to S, right? So from R to S, you go from revenue maximization to from profit maximizations to sale maximization. Do you get it? Does that make sense? Yep. Is everyone happy with this? So profit maximization is MC equals to MR. Sales revenue maximization is MR equals to 0. Guys, एक और चीज बड़ी important है, guys. Let's look at this diagram. This is very important to understand. अगर cost minimization बोलते हैं, cost minimization कहाँ हो रही है? Can somebody tell me where is the cost minimization happening? Where is the cost minimization happening? Cost minimization is happening at this point T. Isn't that true? Cost minimization is happening at this point T. Do you all agree with that? Because that's the lowest point of the ATC. So cost minimization is at this point here. Okay. So cost minimization की price हो रही है is this one. Okay, so just to let you know कि अगर आप ये quantity बनाओगे तो आप cost minimize कर रहे हो. अगर आप ये quantity बनाओगे तो profit maximize कर रहे हो. और अगर आप ये quantity बनाओगे तो आप revenue maximize कर रहे हो. Got it? Does that make sense? Are we good? Okay, let's look at this one. And I want to quickly charge my pen as well. So let me stop my share. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Let me share screen through AirPlay. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, what about this one, guys? The diagram shows the revenue and cost curve for a firm. At which price does allocative efficiency occur? Anyone? What is allocative efficiency? What's the condition for allocative efficiency? What is the condition for allocative efficiency? Anyone can tell me that? Ashfaq or Aniba, Munib? Very good. P equals to MC. So where is P equals to MC happening, Ashfaq? Anyone? Where is P equals to MC? Fawaz, where is P equals to MC happening? No, not C, guys. A. Good job, Ashfaq. Very good job. Because remember, demand curve is your AR is equal to your price. So here P equals to MC is happening here. Do you guys get that? Does that make sense? Remember, demand curve is your AR, which is equal to. Remember, AR kya hota hai? AR is equal to P times Q over Q. Total revenue over quantity hota hai, right? So AR is your price. They don't write price, but AR is your price. So A is the right answer, where P is equal to MC happening. You get it? Does that make sense, guys? Are we happy with this one? Are we happy with this one? Okay. Okay. What type of efficiency is identified where P equals to MC? Anyone? This is easy. Number 7. Good job. A, which is allocative efficiency. Very good job, guys. Let's look at this one. Number 11. A perfectly competitive firm is currently producing at a level of output where its marginal cost is above its average total cost and the market price. So I'm going to show you this. This is a very interesting सवाल. अगर आप perfect competition का बनाओगे equilibrium, ठीक है? Let's make the equilibrium, or let's also make the marginal cost here. Okay. Now you are producing at a level of output where marginal cost is above ATC and the market price. Okay, ये आपकी market price है. So अभी इसको, if you're producing at above market price, you're producing at point A. Isn't that true? In perfect competition, you're producing at point A, and let's call this point B. What point should you be producing in perfect competition if you were to maximize profit? In perfect competition, maximization of profit is MC equals to MR. And since price is your MR, you should produce at B where price equals MC, which means you should produce at point B. But you are producing where MC is more than price. You're producing at point A. So guys, what should be your right answer? Anyone? What's your right answer? Anyone? The right answer should be, we should decrease output. We should decrease output. Guys, output गिरेगी from Q0 to Q1. Okay, so decrease output, but price is unchanged, right? Aniba, why is price unchanged? Can you tell me, Aniba, why is price unchanged? Aniba or anyone, why is price unchanged? Very good job, because we are price taker. Good job, guys. Very, very good job. I'm so happy to hear that a lot of you know the answer. Because we are a price taker, price will be unchanged. Make sense? So you decrease your output, but your price is going to be unchanged. Good job, Hunain and Aniba and everyone. Because you're a price taker, your price is unchanged. Make sense? But you will decrease your output. अगर आप यहाँ प्रोड्यूस कर रहे होते C पे, तो you would have increased your output. Because you're producing at A, MC is more than price, you should be decreasing your output. Make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Are we good? Are we good, guys? Does that make sense? Okay, great. Awesome. Let's look at one more question before we end the class. Which action is most likely to raise the dynamic efficiency? Anyone? When will the firm become more dynamically efficient? Very good job, guys. D is the right answer because when you are doing that, that's exactly. What about 24? Let's just do 24 as well. The monopolist changes its objective from profit maximization to sales revenue maximization. Okay. Remember, sales revenue maximization happens when MR is zero. Which area represent the monopolist total profit? पहले थे आपकी profit maximization, अब आपकी हो रही है sales revenue maximization. Anyone who can tell me the answer? Profit maximization happens where MC equals to MR, and sales revenue maximization happens where MR is equal to zero. Profit maximization, anyone? What is the original profit? Profit maximization happens here, right? So it's going to be P1 H G F. Why? Because ये मेरी price है और ये मेरी average cost है, right? So ये मेरा profit पहले बनता है. Then when I go to sales revenue maximization, my price is going to be this box, P2 K L, this box. Make sense? So I'm looking at the cost to be this one, the price is to be this one. So if I zoom this, guys, it's going to be P2, it's going to be this box. So it's going to be P2 K L F. Make sense? So P1 AGF to P1 AGF to P2 KLF. Do you guys get that? Does that make sense, guys? C. Good job. The answer will be C. Make sense? Are we all good? Okay, guys. That's it for today. I'll see you guys on Monday then. Have a good weekend, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. And I'll share with you this worksheet. If Raza is online, Raza, can you share this worksheet with them? Otherwise, I'm going to share with Raza and then Raza will share it with you guys. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.